watching Let's Chat.
I asked a few minutes ago, how would you like to be the guy who discovered Tesla, Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, and a handful of other acts, all before I think you were 22 years old. So let's find the guy who really did all that. It is Tom Zutaut. Tom, good to see you. Wow, your status as an A&R man in the music business, pretty heavy bona fides here. Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, Tesla, Enya, and there's a bunch of others.
Yeah.
Any of those your favorite?
Now you're putting me on the spot. But
you don't have to answer it, but I'm just curious. Is there one of those groups, if they were appearing across the street, which one would you go see first?
Tesla.
Why?
Great musicians and great guys. And I think that means something. You know, they're, normal guys who happen to be great musicians that write great songs.
Right.
And I love them. You know, fame and 16 million records sold never changed them.
You were in your teens when you discovered some of these acts, right?
I was, what, 18 and a half when I found Motley Crue.
Which is still incredible to believe. What was it like for you as an 18, 19-year-old A&R man to sign a group like Motley Crue?
Well, what was it like to sort of get off the plane from Chicago, where I grew up? I was born in Detroit, and all of a sudden, I'm in Hollywood.
Right.
And I'm working for Elektra Records. They put me up in the Sunset Marquis Hotel to live. I was supposed to be there for 2 months. I was there for almost a year. And running into, Mick Jagger and Freddie Mercury at the pool, and Sharon Osbourne, which ended up helping me later get Motley Crue on the Ozzy tour, which broke their career. But, as a kid, I loved to buy records. I bought a lot of records. That's why I love Record Store Day. But anyway, I bought all these records, and I tried to predict which bands would be big. And so now, here I am where it all happens, right, in Hollywood. And I'm driving down Sunset Strip, and I see the sign that says Motley Crue sold out, and the rest is history. But, I had no friends. I knew nobody. I lived in the Sunset Marquis, saw celebrities at the pool, and I went to work every day, and I walked up to Tower Records and bought records.
What were you looking for as a young A&R guy that each of these groups had?
Charisma, great songs, and, I'm not going to say perfect musicianship, but decent musicianship,
Right.
There were no computers to help you back then. It was, you are what you were, and we're what you are.
Plus, there's this thing called it, and if you don't have it, whatever it is, you're not going to make it in the records business.
Record business, film, TV, any of it. If you don't have that it factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another artist on your list, Enya. So how does a guy who discovered Guns N' Roses, Tesla, Motley Crue, and a bunch of others come up with Enya and Sail Away? Kind of different on the music spectrum,
Chip,
Tom.
it's an amazing story. My dad turned 90 last week, and when I used to go visit him in Fayetteville, Tennessee, in Lincoln County, here in the middle of the state near Huntsville, he would play me Celtic music. When I was a kid, he would play me the original Hank Williams and country music. So I grew up on country, ended up doing all this crazy rock. But he would play me Celtic music, and he played me Clonad, which in Gaelic language means the family. And Enya was part of the family. So here I am, 10 years later, I'm in Wales making Edie Brickell's album, What I Am Is What I Am, and What You Are Is What You Are, Chip. So I'm listening to a TV show at 3 in the morning. Edie and I have had our late night tea. We're done recording.
Right.
And I got the TV on, and it's all in the Celtic language. I have no idea what they're saying, but there's this beautiful music. And at the very end, Enya's doing the theme song, and I'm like, man, I think my dad told me about her, and Clonad and U2 used their song, the theme from Harry's Game, before their concerts. So as soon as I finished that record, I went up to Dublin and found her, and the rest is history.
Wow. Incredible story you've got. And you've been played on the big screen on the movie The Dirt by Pete Davidson from SNL. What's it like seeing Pete Davidson basically live out parts of your life up there on a huge screen?
It's crazy. You think a lot of people are dead before someone plays them in a movie, So it was kind of a weird feeling at first, and then they flew me down on set to talk to Pete about, how to play me and stuff.
Sure.
And, it was a lot.
Like.
It was definitely weird. In fact, there's one scene in the movie, it's called an Easter egg, where I'm literally talking to myself, but it's, of course, Pete playing me, and it's a backstage scene. And, it's kind of fun. In that moment, I'm thinking, here I am talking to this comedian from Saturday Night Live playing me. And the real funny thing is, when Netflix called me to say that Pete Davidson was playing me, I didn't even know who he was. So I called my brother, my younger brother. I said, hey, buddy, hey, bro, who the heck is Pete Davidson? Right. And he goes, he's only the most famous comedian on Saturday Night Live. I said, man, I haven't watched it since Edie Brickell played it and sold 5 million records off one appearance.
Tom, we're going to have to leave it there, but we want to spend a minute, first of all, welcoming you to town. Tom is here in town now, and you've got a new radio show on KZ106, 7 until 9 each Sunday, right? It's called Capturing Lightning in a Bottle, which is kind of what you did back in your late teens and early 20s.
Yeah, it's really fun to bring the people of, you know, Chattanooga and North Georgia, you know, play them the records that I grew up on,
right.
Even modern records. Right now, we're looking for a Chicken Foot record. I can't find it. We're featuring Sammy Hagar this Sunday,
right.
And all the bands he was in. If anyone has a Chicken Foot record, please call KZ106 and let them know you got it and bring it to us.
Sounds like a plan. Again, it is 7 until 9 each Sunday. Name of the show is Capturing Lightning in a Bottle with Tom Zutaut. And Tom, you'll be joining us here over the coming weeks, letting us in on a little more of your extensive rock history. So a great classic rock show on a great classic rock station, 7 till 9 Sundays on KZ106. Tom Zutaut, thank you very much.
Hey, I love Chattanooga.
We're glad
Love
you're here. Stick around. We have more of Let's Chat right around the corner.